This time on Movie Reviews, we're going to be looking at the new film, Ready or Not. Ready or Not was directed by Matt Bettinelli-Olpin and Tyler Gillett and stars Samara Weaving, Adam Brody, and Mark O'Brien, and follows the story of a young woman who is married into a very rich family that is known for making board games. And on the night of her wedding, she is forced into playing a game of hide and seek. But soon, she learns that she's gotten a lot more than she bargained for as her in-laws try to kill her. Guys, this is a film that I've been really excited to finally sit down and see. The trailer showed so much promise by revealing a movie that was like a dinner party film mixed with just a violent thriller and just a lot of comedy in between. And that's what this film is. This movie is extremely funny, extremely witty, and extremely violent. They bring in the buckets of blood, guys. There is a lot of blood in this film, and it's really cool that this film feels so much like a send-up of stories that we've seen before, such as The Most Dangerous Game, which it takes full inspiration from, right down to the Gothic-style mansion to the premise as a whole. First off, guys, the best thing about this film, by far, is Samara Weaving, who plays Grace, our main character of the film, and she gives such a powerful, powerhouse performance, and the things she has to do in this film are incredible. The range of emotion she has to go through, from acceptance to being distraught to being afraid to laughing to crying, everything. She is so good in this film, and she really has a career ahead of her if this movie shows anything about her acting chops. She is fantastic in this film, and just watching her in this role is both adorable and just really awesome. She's a great lead in this film, and honestly, I couldn't have seen a better person portraying this character being in this movie. And on top of her, there is also a great supporting cast in this film of colorful, interesting, fun characters that play on typical stereotypes of these types of movies. You got the creepy aunt, you got the drunkard brother, you got the uptight parents, the uptight sister-in-law. Everything is in this film, but they play it so great and so funny too. That was another thing with this film. I was so surprised at how funny this film was. It is very much a dark comedy with a horror theme around it, and this movie is really darkly funny. Like, there's some stuff in this movie that I was laughing at that I'm like, I feel bad that I'm really laughing at this, but it was so well executed. And I'm pretty sure every single joke in this film, I laughed at. I thought the comedy worked so well with this film, and it really shines on its own on top of being just a horror film. The horror in this film is also really good. This is an incredibly tense film. This is probably the most tense I have been in a film this year, and a lot of that is due to not only just the premise and what is going on in the scene, but also the music, which is incredibly good in this film. I loved this music. It would be uplifting at times. It could be really dark and grim. The sound design is just perfectly done, as well as the cinematography. And what's really cool about this film is, of course, I said earlier that it really is like a send-up of something like The Most Dangerous Game. And when you watch this movie, it really does feel like it's a movie that takes place in modern day, but also it has such a feel about it that makes it feel like the Victorian era. It feels like the late 1800s into the early 20th century, which I thought was really cool. The cinematography is excellent in this film and oftentimes beautiful while also remaining gritty. Also, I have to talk about the mansion in this film. The mansion itself is almost like its own character. It is really the star of this film. It is an amazing, amazing location to have this film in. I just love when movies take place in big, giant mansions, and this is a really cool place and a really cool setting to have this film. There is so much detail in this movie, from just stuff that's on the wall, paintings, jewelry, just decorations everywhere. It feels like a real place, and that was just something great. I loved the location, and I thought they serviced it well in the film. There's a lot of great stuff, secret passages, all that stuff is in this film, and it's just so well executed. And also it has a bloody, bloody finale that I am not going to forget for some time. Now, in terms of negatives with the film, I don't really have that much. I think this is a very tightly made film. It's only about 90 minutes, and they use that 90 minutes to every advantage they can. Basically, there are no scenes that I feel like could have been cut out. I feel like every scene has a purpose to it, and it feels just so straightforward, and I loved that. But also, if there is one little problem I did have, was I don't think they used the house enough. Like, there were so many locations in this film, but I'm like, I really wish we could have seen more of this house. More secret passageways, more just hiding in different areas of the house, and I would have just liked to have seen more of this house, because it's such a great location that I absolutely loved. But really, I mean, can you really call that a complaint? It's more just like a nitpick I have with the film. I don't really have much in the way of problems with this film. Also, the ending image of this film is something I'm definitely going to remember. It's one of my favorite final shots of a film this year, as well as my favorite final line, probably. It's great. Guys, this is a bloody, violent, gruesome film that has comedy, it has violence, and it has really interesting and fun characters with an interesting premise and a great central lead performance from Samara Weaving. I can't wait to see what she does next. I can't wait to see what these directors do next. And I'm just excited. And this is a really surprising film, guys. I was not expecting to love this film as much as I did. It's one of the most surprising films I have seen this year. It's great. I think people should go out and see it. You will enjoy it. Just know that on top of it just being, creepy and just a movie where somebody is being hunted, it also has a lot of heart to it. It has comedy, and you can't beat that. I'm going to give Ready or Not an 8 out of 10. Well, guys, I want to thank you for watching this review. I hope you see Ready or Not. It's a great film. You'll enjoy yourself. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next review.